Doobie-da-ba-ba-ba. 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 Sperm Sisters.
This is a story about sisters, just not the kind that you're expecting.
3 years ago, we were strangers, living separate lives.
Now we know we're biological sisters, connected by the same sperm donor.
And that's just the beginning.
This podcast dives headfirst into the how, the why, and the uncomfortable questions no one seems to want to answer.
Uncovering secrets the medical world would rather keep buried. How many donor-conceived people are there really?
No one can give a straight answer. Not the clinics, not the system, no one.
So, how many siblings could be walking past us every day without a clue?
It's messy, it's shocking. At times, it's almost impossible to believe.
And somehow, it's also really funny.
Come with us as we dig deeper, ask the uncomfortable questions, and laugh our way through the chaos of discovering who we really are and just how many of us there might be.
Coming up on this week's episode of Sperm Sisters. We chat about the news story everyone's been sharing with us.
There are at least 7 children in the UK who have been born from that clinic that are not products of the sperm or eggs that the parents were promised that they would have been.
Helen tells us where to buy sperm online.
One of them is so hideous, I must say what it's called.
And it's pretty horrific.
Are you joking?
On with the episode.
We are back for episode 4, yes. But for those observant viewers, if anyone even watches this, do you know anyone who watches this?
I do.
Yeah, I do too.
I think quite... I don't want to sound casual, but I think quite a few people are.
well, for those observant ones, we are sat in Mandy's house.
Cute.
She's not here.
She's not here.
She's at my house.
You told her to leave.
We said, get out. We need to use your house, please.
Your house is the cleanest, Mum, out of all of our houses. In all honesty, Nat you have pulled an absolute blinder because we were going to be filming at yours today. But being, parents, young kids and all of that. So Nat has offered incredibly kindly to whiz over here halfway across the M25. Auntie Nat was here.
Pleasure to be here, ladies.
So episode 4.
Yeah.
This is a thing we're doing now. We're now doing a podcast about how we're donor conceived. The fact that we met you just a mere few years ago.
And I just said to the girls as I came in the door earlier, as I was saying, what is so beautiful about doing this podcast and learning as we're going is actually, for me, the beauty of it all is that I'm getting to know you both. And I feel like even from the last few episodes that we've recorded, I mean, my heart and my soul.
That is cute.
No, but I'm so thrilled that we're doing this all together. Yeah, I just think it's really special. So there you have it. Should we remind people who we are?
Yes. Youngest first?
Sure. I'm Helen. I am the youngest, as we've said, that we know of. There's obviously going to be other younger ones, but for now I do hold that crown.
Cool. And I'm Gemma. I'm the middle one. Only just the middle one.
Yeah.
By a mere whisper of a week or 2.
And I'm the eldest, but I think you're the mother hen of the group.
What's your name?
Sorry. My name's Natasha. I used to go by Nat or Tasha or Tushpa.
What's Tushpa?
Tushpa came around, I would say 10, 11 years ago. It was like a university thing.
I like
that.
Yeah.
Listen, guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to lead this one. And I'm excited. I've tried my hand at some investigative journalism. quite a few of our listeners / friends sent us DMs about a news story that recently broke. And I think it's something that we should probably broach because it is very relevant to us all.
Yeah. Hot off the press.
It's hot off the press. So the news story that recently broke came out at the end of March this year. It's bad. The BBC headline read, "Wrong sperm given to UK families by IVF clinics in northern Cyprus."
That's no good, is it?
It's no good, no. So what's essentially happened here is any British people looking for fertility treatment at the moment, northern Cyprus is the most popular place to go because that territory is actually legally run by Turkey, which means that there's no European Union legalities that they actually have to follow. So because of that,
It's like a loophole.
it's a little loophole.
Got it.
It's exceptionally cheaper than doing it in the UK, and they promise great results.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
I would actually be really interested to find out how much it actually costs to do in the UK compared to Turkey.
Yeah, let's do an episode on the pricing of it.
I think that'd be great.
Because it is a business.
It is a business, but obviously that's why this clinic was so popular, because it's loosely regulated but promises cheap fertility treatment with high success rates. In turn, then, we've now had this new development where there are at least 7 children in the UK who have been born from that clinic that are not the sperm products of the sperm or eggs that the parents were promised that they would have been.
So 7 children living in the UK right now.
That we know
That
of.
we know of, because this is dating back to a decade ago, and it's the parents have done commercial DNA tests because they had doubts.
There was wasn't it something
Yeah.
like she knew by like looking at her child's eyes or something?
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Because basically, it was the same sex couple. Each of them used one of their eggs to carry a pregnancy, but they were very specific that they wanted the exact same sperm donor for both children.
Yes.
So they noticed it first with their boy, who was born second. He had brown eyes. They've stipulated beautiful brown eyes.
Yeah, of course.
But I think they're both like very blue-eyed. So it just didn't make sense. So they doubted it. So 10 years later, they've done a test and it's confirmed that he is not from the sperm donor they expected. So they've done the same test on their daughter. She's not from the same sperm donor they expected. So those children aren't even
So they're not
at
even.
all.
Oh my goodness me! For me, like this is obviously horrendous for the parents of these children, and I think it's really important that they've brought this to the attention of like mainstream media. But my heart also does actually sit with the children, knowing that. I mean, I don't know whether or not like they knew that they were donor conceived anyway. I'm sure they were going to find out. So they did. But like, it's it's difficult. It's going to be really difficult for the children knowing that like almost. I don't want to say the wrong thing, that like the parents were disappointed with this. I want to be eloquent in the way I'm trying to explain, but
They're obviously not disappointed in their children in the slightest.
yes,
They're disappointed in the system that let them down.
which is what they're bringing
Yes.
to the attention of the media.
And that is a system that has continuously let people down despite having the laws and regulations that we have now. This isn't a game. It's not a game, it's people's lives.
Arguably, just playing devil's advocate here,
Okay.
maybe slightly risky, that's not part of the EU, and that's why the issues happened, because
Yeah.
it's gone for...
But how do they know that it's not happening in the EU?
Yeah, true. It could still be happening here, you don't know. It is still giving 80s Wild West fertility treatment, isn't it? So has that ever despite all the regulations that have come into place, has that ever actually sorted it?
Because, sorry, going back to I'm really sorry if you touch on this later on in your notes and things that you want to talk about.
What?
But thinking about the EU laws and regulations that we have now, obviously in the UK, one sperm donor to 10 families, but they can buy the sperm in from a sperm bank in Sweden or somewhere like that. But then another country can go to the same sperm bank from the same donor, and they'll have different rules. So then an Italian family can then have the same donor, but their rules are that one donor can have, can go to 12 families. So in total now, in the UK and Italy, that's 22 families that have that same sperm donor.
Girls, let me ask you a question, because I'm now an investigative journalist.
All right.
Who's to actually blame here? The clinic, the system, or just a massive "how did this even happen" moment?
The clinic.
Yes.
100% the clinic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, the system. I don't quite know what you mean by that.
I guess I mean the system of sourcing sperm elsewhere.
No. Well, I mean, that's got something to do with it, but ultimately, the primary people at fault here are those who are running this clinic.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a unanimous agreement, I think, there.
Pretty sure.
I was like, the system. I'm doing that thing where have you seen the film Inside Out?
Yes.
When it's the film with all of the emotions and all of the little Pixar flames and stuff. I'm the little angry red one. My one is someone just think of the children, It's just, it's someone who's financially profiting off it.
Yeah. I mean,
Pisses me off.
ultimately, there needs to be law and legislation in place across,
An international.
yes, that's it. It needs to be international law in relation to any of this stuff.
People shouldn't be penalised for trying to start a family.
No.
So particularly if you're looking at the fact of a same-sex couple has no option but to find sperm elsewhere. So it's so outrageously expensive if you go down the official channels in this country. Yes, everything's going to be completely regulated, but some people don't have the funds to do that if they've been trying for years. They're opting to go for cheap, which is now they have found themselves in that situation.
Yeah.
Do we think then from that there's a different world that maybe we need to explore? If suddenly a door closes, you've been priced out of somewhere, what would you do if you needed to get some sperm?
May I?
Yeah?
Not to sound too are you going to be a millionaire thing, but I'd call a friend. Phone a friend.
Yeah.
I would.
So you're going...
I know some very eligible gentlemen who I would happily ask for their donation.
Think they'd say yeah?
I think
Turn this little chico down.
who would say no to me? Well, comment in the section, make some comments about this. But I think it would be really interesting to actually hear from the guys who are listening to this. You don't have to be my mate, but if you're just any guy listening to this, it would actually be really interesting to hear if you were to do that, would you want to then have a relationship with the child from a biological father's perspective? Don't you think? I think we should hear from them.
I would love to.
Guys, obviously, I welcome anybody saying they would happily, willy-nilly give people sperm.
Willy-nilly.
Well, pat in the back. But you know what, ladies? You might not need to even worry about that.
Where are we going for the sperm?
AI.
What? I have done some investigative journalism via Facebook.
Oh, here come the facts.
It's got to be true.
It's got to be real life.
It actually is. My point was, if you can't afford treatment full stop medically, what would you do? A lot of people, it seems, in the UK are turning to Facebook to find their sperm. Do you want to know a message that I found and read? It's on it's a public forum. This isn't like...
What is the public forum? That's what I want to know.
Do you want to know some of the group names?
Yeah.
See, I feel conflicted here because I don't want to promote the group names, but equally, one of them is so hideous, I must say what it's called.
Do the hideous one, and then we'll decide whether or not to do the rest.
Okay.
Get your baby dust here.
Are you joking? Sorry,
No,
how long
I
has
swear
this
on
group
my
been
life.
going?
Sorry.
Get your baby.
Do you not feel as though maybe that group is just like a guy being like, I'm here for free fucks?
Gonna get into that.
Okay.
No, yeah, so
Gemma's already on
I'm
it.
gonna
get your baby dust here.
Get your...
Baby dust. That's vile.
Can you imagine if you were in bed with someone and they were like...
If my partner was like, I can't even. I can't even.
Would you like some baby dust? No.
I mean, in a way, like maybe, maybe they're trying to make it feel less serious and yet less heavy and more of a like, some people think of like, pretty fairy dust.
But it sounds sinister to me. Baby dust.
Get your baby
Get
dust
your baby
here.
dust here. Do you want to know what sort of stuff gets said on these groups?
Yeah.
All right.
Trigger warning for anyone who will find this upsetting. Ovulating tonight / tomorrow morning, so I've managed to find a donor in time. ... The first one let me down. ... So I managed to find what I thought was a decent guy. For him to arrange to meet and then completely ignored all messages. ... I don't know how I found a third donor in time, but I did. ... For him to take travel expenses and not even turn up. ... You can't make this up! ! Be careful, guys, and I would suggest having 5 backups because ... What the heck?
No!
Just so bleak and horrifying. This is happening now.
Oh.
Right. Let's be honest. We've got to be sensitive here and we've got to be careful because we don't know the other avenues that woman has been down. What other avenues? Obviously, questionably, finding a donor on Facebook Marketplace isn't something I would do. I'm not sure you would do it.
Go on Vinted. No.
Well, secondhand.
Spicy.
I mean, you could actually go on eBay and do it.
No, you can't because legally you cannot be compensated for donating.
She's compensating these people.
She's doing travel expenses.
She's just said.
Yeah, you can claim something within a reasonable. You can be compensated only for legitimate costs, i.e., travel expenses. So that will be how some people are being paid. So because of obviously, sorry, you guys literally look like you're about to cry or just, smash your face against the brick wall. But
oh, yeah. Because as you saying that, you're right, we don't know the people's circumstances, but I don't really give a shit about them because I'm thinking of the 9 months' time and the kids that are going to be walking around on this earth, and it's just not fair. It's just not fair.
Right, and I don't disagree in any way. The Guardian also doesn't disagree with you because they have started investigating and bringing it to Facebook's attention to obviously say this is horrific and needs to be sorted. The Guardian article also quoted that there are lengthy delays in the UK fertility clinics anyway and shortages in UK sperm banks.
Yes, I've
So it's
also read that.
Yeah, so it might not also just be financial. It could be that
Wonder
you're
why
on like
that
a
is.
ticking. Probably because you're limited to be financially compensated. There's not as much of a drive anymore with it. And also you can't be anonymous.
That's the big one. Yeah.
That's a bummer in the eyes of a donor, I would say. Well, I don't know. Depends on the reasons.
Yeah.
Also, there is a real shortage of donors from certain religious backgrounds or ethnicities.
That's
apparently.
interesting. That's really interesting.
So that's forcing unregulated means too. And as we've already covered, selling for profit is illegal in the UK, but they can be compensated for legitimate costs. So, which is just travel expenses. Is that legitimate? No. Like the type of people who are on these groups donating are, let's just have it right, going to be unsavoury characters, aren't they?
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Yeah,
Look,
I wouldn't
yeah.
want to bring one home and introduce them to Mandy.
Yeah.
No, exactly. And it's obviously opening up the recipients to a whole world of risks when nothing is being regulated. Who are you inviting to your
dangerous.
address?
Yeah.
There's been
Jesus.
reports of same-sex couples obviously requiring a donation, and the man comes to the house and he refused to give them the sperm until both of them showed them their breasts.
What?
Yeah, so it's just like a recipe for sexual assault anyway. There's been men turning up saying, I'm here to give the donation, and then refusing to do the donation, obviously under private means, and wanting to do it manually, or saying to women, you'll have a better success rate if we actually do it naturally. So a bit coercive, isn't it? Basically very bleak.
Yeah.
Should I get bleaker?
Well, I don't think we can go any lower.
Most horrifyingly, a man named James McDougall was named by a family court judge in 2022 after donating sperm on one of these groups, knowing that he was a carrier of a genetic condition, Fragile X syndrome, which caused a wide range of problems, including learning disabilities and cognitive impairments in children.
This James
James McDougall.
he went down for that.
Well, it just said he was named by a family court judge. I think he probably was penalised, but...
Are you smiling because penalised sounds
Yeah, it
a
sounds
bit
like penis, and I was like...
You did very...
I mean, look, it's not one for the highlight reel, is it?
No.
This episode.
But it is an important conversation to have, because it just shows that actually it's not any better. And I hope that in 30 years' time, there's not going to be another batch of siblings who are all going to be saying, oh, hey, we've just found out that we're all donor conceived and let's all get together and do a podcast. Because by then podcasts probably won't even be a thing, so I don't know what they're going to do. But, you know, it's just such a shame that we just never learn. We never learn, and there's just not enough policing in it, because I don't think enough people talk about being donor conceived, or the fact that donor conceived people are in the world, and, you know, they're walking past you on the streets and you're having kids with them. Like, everyone needs to know about it.
Okay, so before we all go and have a quiet sit down, is there anything about this topic that hasn't completely and utterly ruined your entire week?
Ooh. I would love to know how much these fertility clinics are charging couples and how much things are, because imagine if in a world people didn't have to pay for fertility treatment and for sperm donation. Imagine if the high-end clinics actually didn't charge. Would you get these Facebook groups as much?
Probably not.
Probably not, no.
No.
Do you know how much your mum and dad paid?
Yeah, back then the equivalent cost was £130,000 to have me.
I just can't imagine that my parents would have had that sort of money to pay for this treatment. So I do wonder, it would just be interesting to find out, and I will ask him if their treatment was in fact free.
Back then, I don't think anybody would have received it free, because it was a really new
thing. And also, but in all fairness, like, your mum and dad's story is different to mine.
No, they just tried. They tried
different
methods.
avenues,
They changed doctors as well.
If anyone actually wants to really know about that, we have an episode called Mandy's Story, which gives it all the background that you need to know.
Yeah, and
it's a really important episode. In fact, you have to listen to that. You have to.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice.
It's tricky to know how to summarise this episode, really, isn't it? Because I think maybe we should get T-shirts that say, if you don't laugh, you'll cry.
I also think, just a quick big up to The Guardian, as well as the BBC, for bringing this to mainstream media.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fair
true.
play.
Because that is fantastic.
Yeah.
And big up to me for becoming an investigative journalist.
Ooh.
That was my journalism crown. Happy Easter.
Yeah. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Yeah.